Everybody knows how important triads are to your guitar playing, but no one actually really knows how to make them simple and easy to understand to apply to every single string in every single spot across the fretboard. So this is why I've been making sure that other guitarists don't fall into the exact same problems that I used to have with triads by teaching simple and easy to understand shapes across the entire fretboard. You can check out the progress one of my students made. His name is Cameron. He went from only ever playing pentatonic scales to improvising and flowing through the chord changes with these triads across the entire neck. Personally, I think his transformation was quite impressive, and I'm pretty proud of how fast he managed to progress on the instrument as well. But the thing is, he's not the only one as well. You can check out some words from my other students like Sandy, Mark, Rylan, and Jeffrey. They've all said that learning the triads on every single string in every single spot across the neck has completely transformed their playing.
Hi, I just wanted to give a shout out to Fabian for the course I recently took on triad trees, and it's just been amazing. So I just wanted to put a little video together to share my experience. I know how to play the pentatonic scales, both major and minor, and I know a bit about triads, and I can find them on the fretboard. But what this system that he's put in place for me has done has shown me exactly where to find the triads. I understand the 1-3-5s now and the organization of that in both major and minor pentatonic. And what is the cool thing is that I'm getting some tones out of my guitar now while I'm playing. And while we were going through the course and he was showing me the system, and how to develop it and put it to practice, I was amazed that I was all of a sudden, I was saying to him, oh, I see the scale now, and I see the triad, and I see how they're connecting, and I see how it moves across the fretboard. So that was just like an epiphany. The sounds that I'm getting out of my guitar are completely different. It doesn't sound scaly, going up and down the scales. I'm able to move across, and I'm just going to sit here for a while because it is just opened up a whole new realm of guitar for me. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend it, because if you're struggling with trying to move across the fretboard in a musical kind of way and getting some new tones out of your guitar, this is going to do it. It's done it for me, and I just want to thank Fabian for sharing his knowledge and information on this, because I'm going to sit here for a while and enjoy this part of the music journey on the guitar. So thanks, Fabian. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Fabian and his lesson on the triad tree. Recently met with him over Zoom. We jumped right into our conversation. We started talking about triad and triad inversions. We picked up our guitars. We started playing the triad tree. By the time we were done with our 1 hour session, we played every diatonic chord in the key of G major and G minor. Fabian followed up with an email, which included the diagram of the triad tree we just played. So I want to give you my understanding of the application, the takeaway, if you will. The triad tree is a diagram that shows all the major and minor triad shapes all over the neck of the guitar, starting at the lowest string, ascending to the highest string. This is very vital knowledge if you want to sound more musical, if you want to simplify your guitar playing. By the time you're done playing the tree, you've played a chord in every inversion all over the neck of the guitar. I just want to say Fabian was a great teacher. He answered all my questions. A true man of his word. He followed up with my requests. He didn't have to do that, but he did. I think he holds the true definition of integrity. Seriously, if you want to avoid roadblocks and playing your guitar, I have roadblocks, and I wish I would have known about this a while ago. Here's my roadblocks. What chord do I play next? What phrasing would sound good with this progression? Avoid the mess. Seriously, avoid this mess. Get more information about Fabian and his lesson on the triad tree. It's been helping me navigate around these roadblocks.
What's up? Just wanted to say that I was a part of Fabian's lesson, and he was talking about triad trees, and personally I feel like this is a lot more effective learning all of these triads, because at the same time you can learn all these triads and you can change the notes, the root note, right, and then imply that these triads are actually different chords. So it's very fascinating. And at the same time, I also learned all of the inversions for them. I learned the minor and major, and then we're going to work on diminished. But I just wanted to say thanks to Fabian for his wonderful lesson on triad trees, and it will definitely help me. It's really cool how you can play all these, like you can change it and modulate it. It's like I can use it with the pentatonic and 3-note per strings. I can see how it all blends with everything, and honestly, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's so cool. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you to Fabian, and I stand by his teaching methods.
I recently took Fabian's Triad Masterclass and found it very useful and practical. Fabian provides exercises that you can use immediately. The cage mnemonic system is very limiting, whereas Fabian's Triad Masterclass is much more intuitive and practical. After the class and while I was practicing pieces I already knew, I could immediately start recognizing these triads in these pieces. And Fabian's a very easygoing and laid-back teaching style that's comfortable and enjoyable.
The thing is, every single guitarist that I just showed you, they've all faced the exact same roadblock. They know their scale shapes, they've mastered some impressive techniques like vibrato or bending, and they even know how to play some fairly difficult and complex songs on the instrument. But when it comes to improvising through the chord changes or using these triads to make interesting sounding chord progressions, they felt quite hopeless. Again, I used to feel the exact same way. They had all the tools they need when it comes to technique, but they have no map or sense of direction on how to use them and apply them to the fretboard. And again, no matter how many guitar pedals or new amps or new guitars we might buy, nothing really seemed to fix that problem as well. I'm sure this sounds familiar to a lot of us. I know I've made this mistake as well before. The thing is, if you're like Cameron, Mark, Sandy, Rylan, or Jeffrey, you've probably faced the exact same frustrations I just talked about. And the good news is you're not alone, and you don't really need any kind of mystical talent. You don't need to be born with some kind of innate ability. These players, they weren't born gifted. All they did was they just took a short amount of time to learn and apply something new to the instrument, and it seems that it worked out pretty well for them. That something new that these guitarists took the time to learn is a system that I've developed after around 3 years of studying and experimentation with these triads. I call this system triad trees. Now, much like the cage system, a system that helps you identify where your chords are located all the way across the neck, the triad tree system helps you identify where your roots, thirds, and fifths are on every single string in every single spot all the way across the neck, with simple and easy to understand and remember shapes. And again, what took me around 3 years with experimentation in learning these triads, I've successfully managed to condense down into just a 1-hour masterclass. The students that I showed you earlier, they all learned this system in just 1 hour. And with the diagrams that I sent them after each lesson, they managed to make sure that they were able to apply it to their guitar playing for the rest of their life. So just picture yourself improvising on the fretboard, much like Cameron, with a greater sense of freedom. Imagine yourself melodically weaving ideas through any type of chord change, perhaps much like many of the guitarists that inspired you to pick up the instrument in the first place. Now, if you're eager to understand the fretboard on a much deeper level and unlock some light bulb moments or aha moments on the instrument, click the link below in the description. It's going to take you to a website called Calendly. On this website, you can book the time that is most convenient for you to take this masterclass. Also, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can contact me through email. There is also my email in the description below as well. Again, I look forward to helping you take your playing to the next level, and I look forward to seeing you soon.